What's up, guys? We are over on World Flipper to take a look at Mizuchi and the team that I put together for her and just how that's functioning, the results, everything about that team, and just what I think about it as of right now. It is a fantastic team even now, and it's going to get better in the future with the Crab EX, the Hermit Godly weapons that are coming along at the end of January. This team's going to get even stronger, but this build that I've put together is just such a solid build for just running into Golem Godly with random members that join you. You don't have to worry about them bringing in specific teams. Mizuchi was a unit that I wanted to just work on right away because I do enjoy running poison units, and if we look at her leader skill, you get 50% direct hit damage for water units. Direct hit's a build that I enjoy doing already. I did the Remnant build in the past, and this also added 80% direct damage buff against poison enemies. So I thought to myself, well, we apply poison and up direct attack damage, how can we do this quickly while also getting advantage building combos and hitting hard with Sonya on the side, because Sonya gets that double hit buff. And it just slowly all kind of melded together, and what I came across was I was trying to run Sar, I was trying to run Carla with all these units together, keeping Rakisha in that main slot, and it just, there was too much going on, almost too much poison. I know it's a poison-based team, but it got to the point where poison just was overwhelming. It was being applied too much. I wasn't able to proc the Maltet with Sonya. It just, I don't know, it just kind of started feeling a little odd, so I went away from using all the poison units and just had Mizuchi as that main source of poison damage. And what ended up happening was, if you guys watch the run here, you have the poison applied, you have the attack buffs coming from the Rakisha, the Royal Zelt, the Sonya, and the Rain will trigger. You're getting Levitate, you're comboing, you're building up damage. The poison is on the Golem, and you're doing these crazy direct attack hits with the Levitate Pierce going from Rain, and it results in about a, you know, depending on who you go in with, this is resulting in like a minute 30, a minute 55, anywhere from a minute 30 to 2 minutes. It's a very consistent, quick run if you have some solid teammates running into this. It also can vary drastically depending on what your teammates bring in with you. But for a Mizuchi-led team, this result that I got here was just fantastic. And this time, this clear time, is coming from the Rakisha being on this team. Rakisha is that crazy self-sustained battery. So if you guys don't have Rakisha, there's ways you can adjust this team and change it around to not use her and still achieve some nice damage, some okay times. If you don't have the Rakisha, it's going to lead to longer times because you're not activating your skills right away. You're not getting the damage going instantly right out the gate. It's the ability to apply poison right then and there, and then go in and just really benefit from what the bonuses that she is providing. The really nice buff that she's providing, one is the leader skill, and it's her main slot ability 3 is when this unit is a main unit, when battle starts, you're getting 50% of skill gauge. You don't really care about that because you have Rakisha. Rakisha's giving everybody 100%, but you're getting 100% damage buff against poison enemies for water units, and this is now gonna let your team just hit them like a truck. And I have these skill wait times, so they all come up about the same time, even after the Rakisha goes at the beginning and they rebuild up their skill gauges. You can see here they're still providing that triple skill burst at the same time. You're able to get off those 9 chains if you're going in with teammates that are building up similar builds where all their skills are going together, and you can just really apply this ridiculous amount of just direct damage to these debuffed poison enemies. And the Sonya complements exactly what's going on here. We've got the attack buff coming from Rakisha herself. Every time she activates her skill, she's increasing the attack and fire resistance of all allies, so she's helping make your team tankier. And then we do have the Royal Zelt here. Royal Zelt is going to be giving attack to the units that are healthy on the side, and then he is going to also be giving the party attack for taking damage, which the Celine then increase the times. The buffs are active. It's a very just well-oiled machine for being led by Mizuchi at this point in time. And I know once we get that Hermit Crab weapon, this team's going to get even stronger. You're going to flip around the way that they're built. But for people that do not have Rakisha, you have pulled the Mizuchi and you do not have Rakisha, and you're like, well, how can I play this? I did take this team and I kind of shifted it around a bit, added Carla on, because there's something I noticed, and I'll hop on over to that build here. Now, I switched the Rakisha off just to demonstrate this team still can work without the Rakisha. It is slower. You don't have that instant 100% skill burst. But the Mizuchi and the Carla, these are both giving skill gauge. So with the want of poison to be on the enemy, with the pierce needed for Maltet to trigger, with the Mizuchi and the Carla split in columns like this, it's going to allow their skill gauges to be very similar right out the gate. And why that is so just important is you can not have Carla on this team. You could do the Faf Lacelle in the middle. You could keep Rain under the Sonya. You could switch it around. But what starts to happen is the Mizuchi will apply the poison, and then your Pierce or the Levitate and Pierce won't be up at the same time. It starts getting ahead of your other units, and then you can't really do any kind of break damage. You can't take the benefit of the leader ability where you have damage against poison foes and use that, because by the time the Pierce is up and the float is going, the poison's falling off. So having Carla run together with the leader column and trying to match those times up, even though we don't have Rakisha, we still have that boost in skill gauge, so they're still kind of going semi-quick, but it's still a way to get this team up and off its feet without having that Rakisha battery if you could not pull her. So this is a way to still take on the Golem Godly. Now, you won't get like those 1 minute 30, 1 minute 50 clear times like I just showed you in the first build. You're probably going to start going in the 240s to 3 minutes, maybe even higher to mid 3 minute runs, because it all starts really varying on the teammates that go in with you. You don't have that accelerated skill battery from Rakisha to go in, but it still is possible. It's a way to utilize Mizuchi as a leader if you really were dying to play that unit. And with the build that contains Rakisha, I was actually keeping up. My friend had the New Year's Elia skill damage build with Rakisha. He had that fully built up, and I was able to keep up with his damage. We were doing about a minute 30 runs. He was averaging around 26 million in a minute 30, and I was doing about 24, 25. So I was like right there with him with that New Year's Elia kind of accelerated skill damage build. So it's doing some nice damage. It's going to get much better. We have that poison weapon that the Hermit Crab gives us, but getting under that 2 minute run with a poison direct damage lead is, it's a good feeling. So let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you have tried out any of the new units. I know a lot of you guys said that you pulled Mizuchi, but you weren't able to put builds together yet. You guys were waiting to see what I put together, and I'm curious if you did experiment and try out different units and builds. Let me know down below what those may have been. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching my coverage of this direct attack poison water team that I put together. Appreciate all you guys. Smack the sub button if you're looking forward to more World Flipper content. Thank you again for the 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing another giveaway as a celebration. Thank you for you guys for all of your support. So I'll be doing video about that in this coming week. So thank you again so much. Remember, if you hit that thumbs up, it will in fact bring my rates up. Peace, guys.